All right, I am back so that we can go over hexagon number 2, which is a super fun, super cute sort of hexagon. I think my camera is going to be silly. There, that's how we want it. That way when I upload it, it will actually look the way that we want it to look. Okay, so for those of you who have downloaded the document that I uploaded, the document fails to tell you exactly how many hexagons of each kind to make. So we do apologize, and we'll make sure that that is fixed for part 2. Moving forward, you want to make 10 of each hexagon, or similar. At the end of part 1, you'll want 20 hexagons. If you don't like any particular hexagon, or if you have a favorite hexagon that you do like, or you want to just do a traditional hexagon, you know that pattern, you like that pattern, you know that you can whip out 20 like there's no tomorrow, then absolutely you can do your favorite hexagon or the traditional hexagon if you so choose. For our purposes, we have not included a pattern. Over the next couple parts that will be released, there is no traditional hexagon pattern that will be released. We have chosen, me and Carrie Beth have chosen some of our favorite hexagons to do. But that's not to say, like, this is your blanket. Make it yours. If you don't like a particular hexagon, then by all means, choose something else. As long as it works out to be approximately 6 inches from side to side, 7 inches from corner to corner, and 3.5 inches along that bottom edge, or I guess any edge, because it's a hexagon and it'll be symmetrical. So that and moving forward, if you like one particular hexagon more than the other and you want to do like 15 and 5, then by all means do 15 and 5. You don't have to do 10 and 10. But by the end of part 1, you'll have 20 hexagons. By the end of part 2, you should have 40, and by the end of part 3, you'll have 50 full hexagons and 10 half hexagons, and we will go over that in part 3. So when you get to part 2, if you decide that you really, really liked hexagon 2, but you don't like 3 and 4 that we have, you know, do what feels comfortable, do what feels natural. This is your blanket. Make it yours. So with that being said, I've rambled on and on and on and on. We are going to do a tutorial for hexagon number 2, which was super fun, super easy. I was able to whip one out in no time. So again, we're going to start with the magic circle. And as you know, I don't like my magic circles, so I do my chain 1. My fuzzy, there, not so fuzzy anymore. So we begin with a magic loop, and then round 1 states to chain 3, which will count as your double crochet here and throughout. So 1, 2, 3, because I started with that chain 1 to replace the magic circle. I have 4 chains on my hook. Well, I have 1 loop on my hook, but I have 4 chains. So that counts as 1 double crochet, and now we're going to do 17 double crochets into the magic circle or that first chain, for a total of 18 double crochets. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my double crochets. If you are new to crochet and you don't know how to do a double crochet, or if you haven't been able to get the hang of it yet, click on the top there for group info, click on videos, and I have done a tutorial where I went over how to do a double crochet, and I think I also did granny square in that same tutorial. So I went over double crochet very, very slowly and repeatedly for those people who might need, you know, a refresher course or who haven't crocheted in the past, to get you that information for the purposes of these tutorials. And for time's sake, I'm just going to whip through all of the stitches. I'm going to go on the assumption that you know what stitches need to be done. If there's anything else that needs to, if I need to go slower or whatever, then I'll do a separate video for that, for those people who need a little bit of extra help on certain stitches. Okay, so now I'm going to count because I was talking and I don't know how many double crochets I have in my magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then my chain 3 is 18. Look at that. Slip stitch into the third chain, and done. Round 1. Round 2, this is where the fun starts. We are going to chain 3, counts as your double crochet, DC into the next 2 stitches. So you will have 3 double crochet, and as you see, I'm again working over my ends as much as possible, so there are less ends to work into at the end. For those of you who don't like doing ends, little bit of a hint, part 4, we have talked about having a relaxed timeline. In part 4, we do provide a little bit of time to sit there and weave in all those pesky little ends. I digress. We are now going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we are going to double crochet into the next 3 double crochets. So there you have it. You have one side, one corner, 2 sides. And then we're going to repeat that all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. One thing that I really liked about this hexagon is it is so simple that I needed the pattern for the first hex, and then after that I was able to whip one out without the pattern. I didn't need to see it. It was just so simple. You know, sitting at work, I'd have a 15-minute break. I could whip out 1 or 2 hexagons. After lunch, I would whip out a hexagon. It was just, it goes so quickly, and it is so simple. One of the simplest hexagons that we have chosen for the next few parts, which is why it's in part 1. We kind of wanted to ease you into the whole hexagon making, especially for those who might not have crocheted in the past. So all the way around, 3, chain 3, 3, and chain 3. And then when you get to the end, you're going to 3 double crochet in the last 3. You're going to chain 3 and slip stitch into that beginning chain 3. So there you have round 2. So moving forward, you're now going to chain 3, which counts as your double crochet, and then you're going to DC, double crochet, into the next 2. 1, 2. You now have 3 double crochets. Now you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to 3 DC into the 3 DC of the previous round. 1, 2, and 3. Da, da, da. 1, 2, and then repeat 3, 4, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lost count. And then you're going to repeat all the way around. For round 3, you're going to chain 5 and 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 3 double crochet all the way around. Like I said, it is so simple to do. It is so simple to memorize. I don't even think we need a tutorial for this one. As long as you know how to double crochet and you know how to chain, you should be good. We're finishing off with a chain 5 and a slip stitch into the top of your starting chain 3. And this is what it will look like. All right, now we are moving on to round 4. So again, we are going to chain 3, counts as your double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and a double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Dun, dun, dun. And then just because I'm OCD, what I did for my hexagons was you chained 3, you chained 5. The pattern calls for a chain 6. I decided to do a chain 7. You want to follow the pattern, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. It's not going to be a huge deal either which way, having an extra chain in each kind of, I guess that would be the corners. You don't want to add too many chains because then it just gets too loose. You also don't want to omit any chains because then it'll get bunchy. Do, and repeat all the way around. So you get sort of kind of a lacy sort of look, but not too lacy. That's in part 2 or 3. 2. So I'm super excited to, I don't even want to wait to release part 2. That's not fair. Waiting 2 weeks. So we get to the end, and again you want to do your chain 6 and or chain 7, and to complete you slip stitch to the top of your chain 3. Alright, so that doesn't really look like much like a hexagon yet. You know, like you kind of got the corners and the sides and everything. So, I mean, yeah, you can kind of see it taking shape. So, round 5, the final round, is going to shape it. And this takes a little bit more attention span than just the 3DCs and the chains. So, again, to start with, you're going to chain 3 to count as your double crochet. You are going to double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then in your chain 6 or 7 space here, you are going to 4 double crochet, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, that counts as your corner, and then you're going to 4 double crochet into that chain 6 space. So you can kind of see you're getting sides, you're getting a corner, and it's all going to take shape. You're going to double crochet into your next 3 double crochets there, and then you're just going to repeat. You're going to do 4 double crochet into your chain 6 space, 3, 4, you're going to chain 3 for your corner, and then you're going to do another 4 double crochet into that chain 6 space, and then 3 double crochet into the double crochets from the previous round, and you're at the chain 6 space. And again, 4 double crochet, chain 3, 2, 3, 4 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to repeat that all the way around. So the biggest challenge for me on this hexagon, like, it was a very simplistic sort of hex. I didn't really have much of a challenge, but you definitely want to, on that final round, take your time and make sure that you are getting your 4 double crochets on each end. They're evenly spaced out. You know, you are working them into the chain 6 space, so I mean, they're movable. So you can evenly space them out. So that way you don't have, you know, like a whole bunch over there, and then, you know, so you do want to take care to space them out. Hi, baby. And I think that was just my biggest challenge, is making sure, because it is a simplistic sort of hex, I was easily distractible. I'd be watching TV or something, and the next thing I know, I had, you know, like 6 double crochet in that chain 6 space, and I would have to take 2 out, or I would miss a double crochet and I would have to go back and, you know, like frog it and add 1 more. So you do kind of want to, like, even though it is simplistic, you do want to take that care and consideration and, you know, slow down, count when you need to, make sure that you have enough stitches. And we are at the end, so we are going to do, after our chain 3, 4 double crochet, and then we are going to slip stitch into that top of that chain 3. So again, isn't that pretty? One of my favorite hexagons that we had decided on. Again, you want it as close to 6 inches to 6 inches from side to side. Corner to corner will be 7 inches, and then each edge will be 3.5 inches, because it's half of from corner to corner. Again, 6-inch hook. I crocheted pretty loosely for this one, and I could tell going through that it was pretty loose, but you can see it's just a little bit bigger than 6 inches. Again, if you're a little bit smaller than 6 inches, that's fine. We can block, or when we put this all together, the stitching should kind of stretch out when you attach all of your hexagons together. What else can I tell you? That's that. If you like this hexagon, you want to make, you know, more of them, make more of them. You want all of your blanket to be this hexagon, have at it, or make your entire blanket this hexagon, or, you know, choose 2, 3 of your favorite and go from there. This is your blanket. We are giving you guidelines. We are giving you patterns that we have liked and what we have made our blanket using. That does not mean that you have to follow our guidelines or do one exactly the way that we do it. I mean, this is your blanket. You need to make it unique. You need to make it something that you are going to absolutely love and enjoy doing and using. So there you have it. Hexagon number 2. And part 1 is done. Yes, Kayla. So yay, all done. Again, any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you want to bring our attention to. If you notice any sort of mistakes within the pattern, and comment down below. Carrie Beth is going live Sunday at, I think we've decided on 11 Mountain Time. That can be flexible, I'm sure. So if you have any questions, post them below. We'll compile them, and we will she will go live and answer all of your questions. And that's that. We'll be around. I know Carrie Beth is making one with you, making a blanket with you guys. So she will be posting her pictures. Feel free to post your pictures within the group. Share the group if you know any other crocheters who might want to join in on this crochet along. And open to any and all feedback. This is my first crochet along that I have ever hosted. And I'm loving that Carrie Beth is helping me out with that. So if you have any feedback for me, you don't like the tutorials, I'm talking too much, I'm going too fast, they're too long, they're too short, whatever, I am open to any and all feedback. Please tell me. I want to make this the best crochet along that you guys have partaken in. So let me know what it is that you guys might need or want from me. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will chat with you all. Well, next week I'll be watching Carrie Beth live, and I'll be there with you guys, and in 2 weeks we will release part 2, which will be 2 more hexagons, which are super fun and super pretty, and I'm super excited. So there you have it. Chat with you all soon.